The world is transforming at breakneck speed, with old certainties fading and new alliances emerging. Nations are now defined by their ability to innovate and adapt, not just by geography. Agility and technological prowess are the new currencies of power. In this complex, multipolar world, pragmatic cooperation is replacing rigid ideologies. Regional powers are rising, and the nexus of technology, economics, and security is more critical than ever. Within this context, the India-Israel partnership stands out as a model for the future. India brings scale and ambition. Israel brings innovation and resilience. Their convergence is a strategic imperative, creating a new axis of influence in technology, defense, and economic strategy. This partnership exemplifies how shared interests and complementary strengths can forge lasting alliances in the 21st century. In November 2025, a breakthrough was achieved as Indian Commerce Minister Piyush Goyal and Israeli Minister Nir Barkat signed the terms of reference to fast-track a free trade agreement. This was more than a diplomatic gesture. It was a signal of deepening commitment. The India-Israel Business Summit buzzed with energy as top business leaders from both nations mapped out concrete plans for collaboration. The FTA push is driven by genuine demand from both economies, not just government initiative. Bilateral trade, once soaring, had faced recent headwinds, making the FTA a critical tool for resilience. For India, it's a step toward diversifying export markets and reducing dependency. The Handshakes in Tel Aviv marked a promise to turn years of potential into shared prosperity, fast. A free trade agreement, or FTA, is a pact to reduce barriers to trade and investment, making goods and services flow more freely. It lowers tariffs and tackles non-tariff barriers, like complex regulations and customs procedures. For businesses, this means predictability and easier market access. The India-Israel FTA is tailored to both nations' strengths, focusing on services, investment, and especially innovation. It's not a standard deal. It's a blueprint for economic integration. Israeli technology can scale in India, while Indian companies gain access to world-class innovation. The FTA sets clear rules for investment protection, boosting confidence on both sides. It moves the relationship from simple trade to deep, collaborative partnership. The FTA is the legal and economic architecture for systematic, widespread growth and innovation. The India-Israel FTA creates a powerful partnership between two innovation ecosystems. Israel's deep tech breakthroughs need scale. India's vast market and engineering talent provided. In AI and cybersecurity, Israeli firms lead in technology, while India's digital transformation offers a massive testing ground. The FTA will integrate Israeli cybersecurity into India's digital infrastructure and foster co-development in AI, healthcare, and logistics. In agri-tech and water management, Israeli solutions can revolutionize Indian agriculture, boosting yields and sustainability. Fintech, robotics, and automation will also benefit, with Israeli innovation powering India's manufacturing and digital economy. This partnership is set to generate solutions for the developing world, not just their own populations. The marriage of Israeli innovation and Indian scale is the engine of this new alliance. India and Israel's defense partnership is decades old, built on shared security concerns and technological excellence. The FTA will elevate this relationship, making technology transfer faster and more cost-effective. It shifts the dynamic from buyer-seller to co-development and co-production, aligning with India's Make in India initiative. Joint R&D will accelerate, with Indian and Israeli experts collaborating on next-gen defense systems and cyber solutions. The FTA protects intellectual property and encourages Israeli defense firms to invest in India, creating jobs and fostering a domestic ecosystem. The vision, Made in India, defense platforms with Israeli DNA. This deepens strategic autonomy and builds a resilient, trusted partnership. Together, they're equipped to tackle the complex security challenges of the 21st century. The FTA's economic benefits will ripple from Bangalore's tech parks to Beersheba's innovation hubs. Lower tariffs mean cheaper access to Israeli components, boosting Indian manufacturing and competitiveness. MSMEs, the backbone of India's economy, will gain affordable technology, modernizing operations, and improving efficiency. The FTA will attract Israeli investment into India's innovation parks and manufacturing corridors, bringing capital, expertise, and global connections. Israeli R&D centers and incubators in India will nurture talent and accelerate technology transfer. For Israel, the FTA opens access to India's vast consumer market, providing scale for startups to become global players. The partnership creates a virtuous cycle. Israeli tech modernizes India, while India's market fuels Israeli growth. Shared prosperity and resilience are the ultimate rewards. The India-Israel FTA is a strategic move, reshaping alliances across the Middle East and Indo-Pacific. It connects South Asia to the new regional architecture emerging from the Abraham Accords. India gains influence in a region vital to its energy and economic interests, positioning itself in new trade and energy corridors. Partnering with Israel strengthens India's strategic posture and maritime security. The alliance aligns with US and European interests, supporting a stable, rules-based order. The India-Israel-US trilateral is emerging as a nexus of innovation and security. This partnership isn't about old rivalries, it's about building resilient coalitions for a multipolar world. Together, they're shaping a more stable and prosperous global order. The FTA breakthrough is promising, but challenges remain. Negotiating tariff reductions in sensitive sectors like agriculture and pharmaceuticals will require pragmatism. Harmonizing regulations and standards is essential to remove non-tariff barriers. Building trust and streamlining procedures will unlock the FTA's full potential. Regional volatility and supply chain disruptions are risks, demanding resilience and contingency planning. Success depends on effective implementation. Businesses, especially SMEs, must be empowered to seize new opportunities. Governments and industry must work together to ensure the FTA delivers real benefits. The journey is complex, but the rewards are transformative. The India-Israel FTA marks the dawn of a new era, an alliance built on scale, innovation, and shared vision. Over the next decade, this partnership will drive technological progress with joint solutions in AI, healthcare, and sustainable agriculture. It's a true co-creation, blending Indian and Israeli strengths to set new global standards. Strategically, the alliance will anchor stability from the Indo-Pacific to the Middle East, enhancing security and resilience. It will serve as a nucleus for broader coalitions with other democracies, pioneering flexible, networked cooperation. The India-Israel story is one of vision, ambition, and partnership as the currency of the future. By combining strengths, they're not just securing prosperity, they're shaping the global order. This is a model for alliances based on values, respect, and relentless innovation. The decade ahead will see India and Israel actively shaping the future of technology, security, and governance. And